Hello, welcome to Social Buzz Extra. I am Sadia Yakubu. Today, we're going to unfold trending stories making waves on the internet. The first topic is that of Mariam Sanda. I know a lot of people will be asking, who is Mariam Sanda? Don't worry, just take a chill pill as we read through for every one of us to know who really is Mariam Sanda. Mariam Sanda granted pardon by President Bola Tinubu. Nigerians have been reacting on X after it was revealed that President Bola Tinubu pardoned Mariam Sanda, a lady who was convicted of killing her husband, Bilyaminu Bello, late in Abuja in 2017. That's many years ago. Bello was the son of a former People's Democratic Party national chairman, Halilu Bello. Reports gathered that Sanda stabbed her husband 3 times in the back and severally on his private part after their residence in Pension Estate, Pakali Close, Wuse 2, Abuja, on November 17, 2017, over allegations of infidelity. He was then sentenced to death by hanging by Justice Yusuf Halilu of the Federal Capital Territory High Court on Monday, January 27, that's 2020. That's about 3 years after the incident. She would receive the pardon after spending 6 years and 8 months at the Suleja Medium Security Custodial Center. This was revealed in a statement released on Saturday, October 11, by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. Her family pleaded for her release, arguing that it was in the best interest of her 2 children. The plea was also anchored on her good conduct in jail, her remorse, and then her embracement of a new embracement of a new lifestyle, demonstrating her commitment to being a role model prisoner. The statements read, then let's go to the commenter section. Let's see what's happening in under the commenter section. We have one Omoyele Sowere says, Tinubu frees Mariam Sanda, a woman convicted in 2020 for the murder of her husband. A convicted murderer gets clemency because of connection. Yet, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has never been convicted of any crime, continues to rot in detention while awaiting a sham trial. This is hypocrisy. And then we have the next comment. We have Mrs. Umar at Mrs. Umar, 27th of 1st 2020. A billion more case like Mariam Sanda can't teach a lesson. You all will never understand her side of the story. Women are very patient, and if a lady takes an action that's drastic as Mariam's, it could only mean one thing. Now, these are comments from Mrs. Umar. She said she had it up to her neck. That's a comment from Miss Umar. Now, moving on to the next comment is Ridwan OK. Ridwan OK at Ridwan. He said Mariam Sanda attempted to murder her husband about 5 times on the same night before she finally succeeded. So I don't know, is this, should we call this a deliberate act or something else? According to this tweet, he's saying attempted to murder her husband about 5 times on the same night before she finally succeeded. Whatever reason that might have been presented to the president to justify the pardon could never have been enough to justify the pardon of a cold-blooded murder. So these are the few comments we can just read out for our viewers to listen. Do you think Mariam Sanda really deserved the pardon by Mr. President or not? This is one of the topic making waves on the social media. And let's move on to the second topic. white women commend Nigerian men. Nigerian men are one of the best looking men in the world. 77-year-old American woman dating a 35-year-old Nigerian man says in the Instagram live session with media personality Daddy Freeze, pardon me if I didn't pronounce that name very well. The woman also said Nigerian men are one of the nicest people. Nigerian, actually, we are nice. She's just being specific. She's saying the men. What about we, the women? What about we, the women? At least, she also recalled how one of the young Nigerian men who checks up on her calls her sweet 16. Wow. Now I now understand everything. I hope you you're just picking up. She's now praising Nigerian men because one of the Nigerian men called her sweet 16. All right, so no problem. Let's take a look at the video.
They're the best looking men in the world.
Let me clock that.
They are. Go ahead. They are. They're the best looking men. They're the nicest guys. Truly the nicest guys. Come in and check on me, make sure I'm okay. One of the young guys calls me Sweet 16. And he's just a friend, but he's just the sweetest young man. He is the sweetest young man.
Yes, that's the video from the Sweet 16, the American woman that said Nigerian man called her a Sweet 16. So she believed all Nigerian men are lovely, they are nice. Even though, yes, Nigerian men are nice. Even we, the women, we are also nice, and not only men. So let's check comment section. We have the first comment, Benny Chooks. Nigeria guys are so nice. That's the fact. It's genetic. Argue it until you meet another guys from other places. We are so simple and caring. Actually, a lot of Nigerian men are caring. That is, if God, if the Almighty is by your side, you get to meet a good Nigerian man. That's when you know that yes, we still have good Nigerian men, not all of them. Because based on this comment from Benny Chooks, it's kind of being all the Nigerian men are caring. Nigerian man will show you something, you will know. Then his comment section, in the second comment, is saying, why Hanif? Yes, ma'am. Most especially Lagos guys. He's saying, most especially Lagos guys. Anyways, I want to believe he has his own reasons for saying most especially Lagos guys. But have you tried other guys from other states in Nigeria? You're just saying Lagos guys. Anyway, we'll try and check. We'll conduct a research to know if this comment from Y Hanif is correct or not. He said, yes, ma'am, most especially Lagos guys. Lagos guys in Nigeria. All right, now let's move to the next comment. The next comment, TZ Tina, saying, sometimes we think these women give them so much they don't in some cases. I think the men should start considering this type of marriage in Nigeria too. I understand the place of culture as well. All right, if I understand this comment very well, she's trying to say maybe there are things these white women are giving to most Nigerian young men. The age the woman mentioned was 35. Yeah, 35. So maybe there are things, maybe material things that these white women mostly give to our Nigerian men, and that's why they prefer kind of going for white women. I don't know, but based on these comments by TZ Tina, if I get her correctly, it seems this is what she's talking about. Let's go back to the case of Mariam Sanda. Do you think the pardon, even if they said, yeah, according to the statement that she regretted her action, she's now a changed person. But do you think what she really did was good? You stabbing your husband, someone you got married to legally, you were in love with. You took him home, you showed him to your parents, you kind of introduced him to your parents, and you're like, this is the man I want to settle down with. I want to get married to him. You now rejected every other person, saying, yes, you agree to get married to this person. And then at the end of the day, you find out, because you had issues that you can just resolve in-house, within the house, maybe within both of you, without involving third party. You now find out that the woman is now killing the husband. Talking about murder, women killing men, killing their husbands. Now it's kind of common. Just last week we have another one. So if all the women should keep doing this, do you think it's right to keep giving pardon or to keep pardoning these people? If you think it's right, then for me, I just leave you to your own opinion. Anyways, I wish her all the best. I pray she shouldn't repeat such acts again. But to you watching me, do you think it's right? She killed Biliaminu Bello, or she stabbed Biliaminu Bello's multiple stabs. She stabbed him multiple times, the private part and other places, even though they said she regretted the act. If you were Biliaminu's family, that's the late Biliaminu's family, would you agree? Would you agree? If you would agree, then the presidency has already issued the statement saying yes, they've granted her pardon along with other people. Where we have our comment section, since that day we've been having social media. The social media space is very, very hot because of this same issue of Mariam Sanda that stabbed her husband to death for many. She stabbed him many times on the private part, another part of his body. So let's move on to our next topic. The pregnant widow banished from Buruku in Benue State. A heavily pregnant widow accused of shoplifting has been banished from Ubenma. I'm sorry if I couldn't pronounce the name of that community in Buruku local government area of Benue State properly. It was gathered that community elders reportedly ordered the exclusion of the woman who recently lost her husband. According to eyewitnesses, the woman had allegedly been stealing some items from shops to feed herself, her young son, and her unborn baby. Her luck ran out on Saturday, October 10, 2025, when local youth apprehended her and subjected her to public punishment under the scorching sun. Sources claim that community leaders later directed the youth to escort her out of the area as punishment for her actions. Many residents have condemned the action, stressing that the woman needs assistance, not humiliation, given her condition. Then you now listening to me, or you now watching me from your various locations, do you think the punishment that this community people gave to this heavily pregnant woman, do you think it's proper, given the fact that she has lost her husband, she's pregnant, and then she's now struggling to feed herself, her little baby, and then her unborn child? As you can see from the picture we just displayed on our screen, the woman is pregnant, heavily pregnant, with a son, a baby, a little boy who doesn't even know his left or right, who doesn't know right from wrong or left to right. So you see, this kind of situation, once you come across these kind of people, all you need to do is you kind of just question them first. What's really their problem? What's the problem? Why is she stealing? Because they said she's stealing. If someone is doing fine, I believe she wouldn't steal. She lost losing her husband, and then she's left alone to cater for herself and her unborn child. I believe she has family members, the late husband's family. What about them? Where are they? This is a heavily pregnant woman and a widow. So please, you need to kind of give her assistance, either financially or you buy food to support her. Give her listening ears rather than banishing her from. Now that you've banished her, where do you want her to go to? Given her condition, the small baby, her pregnancy, she has herself to fend for as well. So let's take it straight to our comment section. The first comment we have, Ade query. Rather than resorting to sports lifting, she could have reached out for assistance. However, banishing her seems an excessively severe punishment, a response to an act that could have been addressed with understanding and support. She deserves a compassion. I think if you would ask me, this comment from Adequary, rather than resorting to shoplifting, she could have reached out for assistance. However, banishing her seems an excessively severe response to an act that could have been addressed with understanding and support. You know, a lot of people now, if you try to reach out to people for assistance on the streets, they will see you as if you have another intention, you have an ulterior motive. They will see you as if you're doing fine, you just want to be selfish. Some will ignore the fact. Some will even give you listening ears, but then they won't help you. So maybe she has tried seeking for assistance from people, but then normal Nigeria attitude now. And then if you look at it again from the other side, I don't think it's kind of fair. So please, we'll try and call on the the community, the elders in the community, to please bring back this woman and then look into her issue. If you were the one, or if she was your sister or your mother or your aunt, just a relative, how would you go about the whole thing? You have to please think about it. Even if you come across such situation on the streets, you kind of wait to hear from her own side of the story rather than judging, because you've already seen the things they claimed she stole. You just see the things. Just give her time to hear what her problem really was. What's she going through? She needs money to take care of herself and then go to hospital to check up on the health of her unborn baby, and then the little one she's together with, she's holding, and then the house rent. A lot of things that she could do. So please, you kind of try and always don't be judgmental. All right, let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue from where we stopped. Welcome back from that short break. And in case you're just tuning in or you're just watching us, we're on Social Buzz Extra. Social Buzz Extra is where we discuss about trending issues on social media. And then we've discussed about Mariam Sanda. A lot of us will ask questions that who is Mariam Sanda? Like I stated earlier, Mariam Sanda is a lady or woman that stabbed her husband 2017, and she has been granted pardon by President Bola Tinubu, where we have a lot of Nigerians reacting on X and every other social media pages or platforms where they are showing, some are saying, why should the president even pardon her? Some are saying, who smuggled her name into the list of those that the president should grant presidential pardon. Then we have so many issues attached with this Mariam. If you look at the issue from the beginning, it wasn't a fair one. It wasn't a good one, how it ended between a lovely couple, a husband and a wife, two people who agreed to get married. They got married, they celebrated. I want to believe they spent a hell lot of money. They spent money, so much. Relative attended. We have those that bought our shrebi. And then how would you feel getting to know that this same woman, Mariam, will then kill or will now stab the husband? How would you feel if Bilia is your brother, or how would you feel if Mariam is your sister, taking part in this kind of, what's it called, action, killing of a human being, killing of her husband, the person she agreed to marry? And I want to believe she has kids with this gentle man, that is the late Biliaminu Bello. And then we have another story from the white woman who said Nigerian men are the nicest men on earth, where we have some comments saying from Lagos men are the most nicest men ever. And the Nigerian guy called her sweet 16. So that made her feel like, oh yes, Nigerian men are lovely. Nigerian men are the nicest. And she is a 77-year-old American woman dating a 35-year-old Nigerian man. All right, this is where we come to the end of the program today. Join us same time, same station tomorrow for more updates. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms using at Global TV NG. My name is Sadia Yakubu saying thank you for watching.